into a classroom and hand every student in my classroom one uniform assignment, I'm giving everybody in there a size 10 pair of shoes. Those shoes may fit a few students, but it's not going to fit the majority of students. What I should be doing is walking into a classroom and giving a student an assignment that supports that student's talents, abilities, and goals. That's providing equity in the classroom. I have a lot of colleagues who are going to say, oh no, absolutely not. They have to meet the standard. How are you going to grade them? And I certainly do not have time to create 30 assignments in one day. I understand that, but I also understand that the core business of a teacher is to provide students with the tools that they need to succeed, not to provide them grades. So in order to close that achievement gap and to promote success for every student, those are the steps we have to take. Young Zhao says also that the consequences of equality in education could be a situation where the government has to provide more social services but lacks a revenue stream to do so, or tensions between skilled and unskilled, rich and poor, reach revolutionary levels. On an individual level, students face this increasing negative self-concept based on the fact that they can't fit into the norms that are being placed upon them. Self-discrepancy happens when your idea of yourself doesn't match the outcomes that you receive. So a student that already has a positive self-concept but receives negative outcomes in the form of grades, test scores, or emotional feedback from teachers is going to have a discrepancy in their actual and ideal self. What happens in this case is that student develops dissatisfaction, disappointment, and low self-esteem. Right now in the United States, 21% or 10.9 million school children live below the poverty line. And those students show up to school every day with additional challenges and increasingly negative self-concept because they can't fit into the standards that society expects them to fit into. We have to embrace equity and move away from inequality in order to change this situation. I read a status on social media from one of my students. It said, I'm proud of myself. I was expelled from school twice, almost 3 times, I'm sad to say. I almost gave up. I didn't care anymore. But something told me to keep going. Now I'm in a new school. I have a 3.6 GPA, and I'm starting college classes in the fall. I am proud of me. Students like this student are why I teach. Providing equity and opportunity for this student and every student like this student are why we absolutely must abandon standardized talent sorting education and immediately embrace individualized talent developing education.